Hello, today I would like to speak about how a book is sewn. Now today the books are sewn by machine, but at one time the books were sewn by hand, or it's a special book and a binder wants to give you a quality binding, he will bind it by hand, because when it's bound by hand properly the book will open much better than those that are bound by machine today. Now in order to bind the book we have to start with the printer, who, let's say, takes a galley sheet about this size, or even much bigger, and he wants a print. Well, he doesn't print every page separately. He prints it in what's called a signature. Now let me give you an idea of what this is. We take the paper and we fold it. And then we fold it again. And then I cut off this edge where it's folded, and I get this. I get 8 pages. As you can see, I've numbered them. 8 pages. Now, if you take these 8 pages and you print it. Now, in order to print it, that means page number 3, if you print this the way it is, page number 3 will be opposite 6, and page number 4 will be opposite 5. Now, the book has to be laid out properly so that when you fold it, it'll be in the proper order of the book. So now we take these signatures and we put it together, and we have 8 pages. Now they could make this with more pages. Take a bigger page, you can print 32 single pages on it, fold it in the proper way, and you'll come out with everything being in order, and it'll be 32 pages each of these signatures or folios. Now what we do is, in the olden days, and even today someone who binds, we take and we use cord. Now why do we use the cord? Because we have to connect each of these signatures one to the other, like this. And they all have to be lined up properly. So what we do is we take a needle and we go through the middle and we come around this little band here made of cord, and we go down into the paper, up again, around the band, down and up and down. And we go down, around with a needle and thread, come up, down, come up and down. We try to use a linen thread which is very strong, and we connect each of these signatures one to the other. And if, let's say, we have 20 of these and each is 8 pages long, we're going to have a book of 120 pages. Today they also do a retrospective binding, which means a binding in the style of the old binding. So here, for example, is a book that we have with the same raised bands, but these are fake. The raised bands here are made of leather, and they serve no purpose because the book has already been sewn by the company. It's not sewn by hand. And what we do is we make this style so that if we want to put a book in the style of the 1800s or 1700s, we're able to do it, and it's just strictly decorative in nature. But when you look at a book like this, you would assume it's an old book, or at least in the style of an old book, and that's the beauty of the particular method of putting these bands in. Many of the binders put cardboard bands in. I put leather ones in because I feel they'll hold better and they'll be sharper, and therefore the hub will come out much sharper. But in the olden days, that's what really held the book together.